Part 3 of Chapter 10, The Straight and Narrow Way, Beyond Mortal Boundaries. And only those who walk that straight and narrow path of praise and love and glorious gratitude, as their joy and ecstasy increases, can possibly reach the point of faith, where they can be made perfect as they are ordained of Prime Creator and sent forth to do the greater works. These promises of Yeshua Christ have been waiting down the centuries for those with enough humility to travel so glorious a path of loving and praising and joyous thanksgiving and believing, in order that they might complete the journey of glory and overcome the world, even as Christ overcame. Only in the overcoming of the world, or the little mortal self, with its demanding claim for superiority and attention, can this straight and narrow path possibly be traveled. That is why so few have found it. Yet wide is the gate, and broad is the path that leadeth to destruction, or the grave, and many there be who go in thereat. Yes, the whole wide world, and all the creed-bound, self-righteous demonstrators of Christendom and of the heathen world and of the barbarians are traveling the broad way of self that leads to destruction and to death. No professing can fulfill the greatness of the promises. Only living of Prime Creator's words can give one the power of fulfilling. Again, only the living of Prime Creator's words can give one the power of fulfilling. Glorious, wonderful Prime Creator, how great thou art! Those who have eyes single to the glory of Prime Creator instead of to their own importance will eventually be filled with light and complete knowledge, as the darkness of mortality is overcome in them. Then it is that Prime Creator will unveil Prime Creator's face unto them. This is the great and last promise. It is the very fulfilling of all promises. This is the point of perfect faith, in that one actually knows God, Prime Creator. And this is life eternal, to know thee, the only true and living God, and Yeshua Christ, whom thou hast sent. Then only, as this supreme point of faith is reached, can one hope to do the greater works that are so needed and so necessary at the present time. This straight and narrow way, this pathway of the Prime Creator, Christ, is the glorified highway to Sion, the pure in heart, that Isaiah spoke as follows: And a highway shall be there, and a way, and it shall be called the way of holiness. The unclean shall not pass over it, yet it shall be for those, the wayfaring men and women, those who are traveling the straight and narrow path of complete purification of the heart. Though fools shall not err therein. Isaiah chapter 35, verse 8. This straight and narrow road is the promised road to Sion. That means literally the pure in heart. It is the road of holiness, over that the wicked cannot pass. It is the road of complete purification, as one leaves his weakness automatically behind and travels with his eyes single to the glory of Prime Creator, and not single or centered upon himself or his own self-importance. And he whose eyes are single to the glory of Prime Creator shall be filled with light and comprehend all things. And it is only as one's heart is purified that he can behold the face of Prime Creator that enfolds the gift of life eternal. This glorified road of perfection and power cannot be traveled by the proud or the haughty, the greedy or the selfish or the lustful, or by those who loveth and maketh a lie. Neither can it be traveled by the unbelievers, nor the fearful, nor the whoremongers, nor by any whose devotion and love have not become purified, as they developed and took on the virtues of perfection. There can remain no self-righteousness or self-acclaim to mar the lives of those seeking to behold the face of Prime Creator. Neither can this sacred road be traveled by those who cling to the old, backward methods of mortal concepts and injunctions. These methods were utilized down the ages to restrain mankind from searching to know for himself, herself, and to prevent him and her from fulfilling any of the dynamic promises of Almighty Prime Creator. Man has been held, and to a certain degree bound, as he has been restrained in the small crib that is too short. It is so short he cannot stretch himself in it to think, to observe, or to either grow or progress in. And he has been furnished a covering so narrow it has brought neither comfort nor proved sufficient to cover his nakedness. And for centuries, mankind has been satisfied with the outward show of things, the vain demonstrations of clattering cymbals and rattling childish toys. That has been the unprogressiveness of immaturity and make-believe. This childish entertainment of the past is now outgrown and must be left behind. This is the day in that there are many who have been drawn from the breasts and weaned from the milk,